Hey guys, how's it going? Just getting set up here now. I'm gonna get a little project I'm gonna start on. I'm gonna be making a canoe cart or canoe trolley, whatever you want to call it. There last year I bought a cart, and there's I paid, I believe it was roughly around like $150 for it or something like that. And I got one trip out of it. Actually, maybe not even one trip. I didn't even get to make it to where I was going, and the cart just like pretty well fell apart, right? Now, I will say, this is probably a little bit my own fault. The cart was really, designed just for the canoe itself, but obviously I had a little bit of gear in there because I didn't want to be making multiple trips. My mind don't work that way. I get to just make one shot of it, right? So thankfully my son was with me at the time, and he helped me get the gear out, but there was a bit of a waste. So I said, I'll make one myself. At least, I got a bit of control over how strong it's going to be or whatever, right? So that's what we're going to be doing today. The main thing I had to buy was some cart wheels. So I got these on Amazon. And like these don't inflate, they're like a harder rubber, so I get no worries about getting it flat or anything like that. And these are, made for the purpose of making carts, that sort of thing. So hopefully they work out. I also had to get an axle rod. This is a 5/8 rod. Thread it, of course. And I picked up a couple of pieces of 2x4 and a piece of 2x3. Now I'm probably only going to need one 2x4, but I got two just in case I mess up or something like that. So you never know. A few pieces of hardware, of course, like a few washers, a couple bolts, screws, that sort of thing. For the most part, a lot of people already have that lying around. Screws and that I already had. I just had to buy bolts and washers, and that was only, I can't remember exactly how much it was actually, but it wasn't expensive or nothing. So and tools, I didn't have much in the way of tools, so I had to get a loan of some tools. But yeah, overall, you don't need a whole lot to make this cart. Never made one like this before, but so I'm hoping it's going to work out. So I think the first thing I'm going to do now is just start cutting up the 2x4 and to the measurements I want it, and it shouldn't take too long. There's two of those. So I'm going to write down the 16V. 16V. Mark them just in case I forget. You never know. So those two are for vertical, some vertical posts there, and this I need two more now for some horizontal pieces. We got my two horizontal pieces now, my two verticals. So what I need to do now is I need to drill a hole down through two of these that the axle is going to run through. I don't want to be down, too low to the end, so I'm thinking maybe like 2.5 inches or so. Not a big deal, I guess, but oh yeah, drilled the hole and didn't realize I wasn't recording, but I guess is a hole, so not missing much, eh? I think this should be okay. Yeah. Alright, so all that's set up now, just got to start drilling a few little pilot holes there for some of the screws and screw everything together, and hopefully it works out. Alright, so I get these marked out now. Just put those there, put them in place. So I'm going to drill a couple of pilot holes through these, and less chance, of course, for splitting on that. And I'm also going to glue it together, so I don't think. And besides, with a couple of braces I got there, I doubt it's going to come apart. Got me Alp here with us now. Can't see you. Somewhere. He's there somewhere. Yep, coming along, boys. Along though, put the canoe on her. We'll be up in the pond somewhere. Little change of plans here. I took off those brackets here. You know, I was thinking maybe putting those in here, but they're not going to be able to do it 2x4. I would need 2x6 or something like that. So I'm not going to buy a piece of 2x6 for just a couple short pieces, and I don't have nothing thrown around. So I think I'm just going to sit those up here. But what I did, I took off those brackets here, with those sit up and under here, because canoe is obviously going to be sitting up here on this, and you know, it's obviously going to want to twist this way. So I'll put this bracket up here instead, and that'll solve that problem, or at least I hope it will anyway. Alright, that's those pieces. I think what I might do is get a bit of rubber and put on the top of those here. I don't have any right now, but at some time now between now and trouting season, that's probably what I'll do. In case you're wondering what we're doing there, we just locked a set of voice grips on here to stop the axle from twisting while we put the nuts on for the wheels. So there's only one more step now. I got to make some sort of a kickstand. If not, it's going to be kind of difficult to put the canoe on there, right? You guys will see this a little bit better than once, but now all I'm going to do, I need a piece to sit here. But the problem is, I don't want it there permanently. Other than that, I would just screw it on. But if I screw this on, it's going to be pretty difficult to put it in my car, right? So what I want is something there where I can just put a couple pins through and just hold it there until I put my canoe on, and then I can take it off again. So I had this quick pin here, and I was intending to use that. I was going to actually just cut down the piece of 2B3 so it wouldn't stick and just slide it through, but it's not going to work out. So I just went and got 2 bolts, and I don't want to use one, because if I use one, then this is going to twist and going to probably end up twisting this half here. So if I put 2 bolts through, that's not going to happen. So I'm just going to drill a couple holes through here, and then I just push these bolts through. And of course, when I want to put it in the car, I just pull the bolts out, and way to go. Yeah.
There you go.
So you get a better idea now what I was talking about. So obviously, like when I go load up the canoe, I can just drag her up. So again, like when I go to use it, slide the bolt through, lodge it down, way to go. Man, it's so windy and cold out here today. It was nice down in the basement working at it. But anyhow guys, you can see it's, you know, pretty easy sit up. One main thing, when you put your strap on here, if you're pulling her this way, you want the straps sitting under this board, that way you won't pull her off. Like obviously if you're pulling the canoe this way and the straps this way, it's going to end up pulling out. Pretty simple project. Before you know it, trouting season will be here, another month or so, and you'll see this in a lot more use, of course. Anyway guys, I appreciate you watching. Leave a comment below, let me know what you think. Like this video, share it, and of course if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please do. Appreciate the support. I'll see you in the next one.